Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Made and Played. Here is our first project. This is an Alienware X51 R1, so first generation PC. We're going to tear into it, see what we got into it, start cleaning it up, and I'll give you an idea of what we're going to do with it. Let's get rolling. Alright, so we got the case on its side. Let's just open it up and see what we got. Start out with. And I've already been in here once, so some of this stuff is a little bit jumbled around. So we got it cracked open just so we can see what we're looking at here. And I've already been in here and messed around. So under our CPU cooler, we have got an Intel i3 processor. I'm going to lift her up so we can see. Alright, so what we've got here is an i3 3220. This was kind of an acceptable processor for back in the day. It's a dual core, 4 threads, so it got the job done. We'll see if we can upgrade that. And so, make sure everything goes back the way it's supposed to go here. Now line up our marks. Try to bend any pins there. Alright, we'll set it back in there. Boop. Alright, and we've got 1 stick of RAM, PC3. It's a 4 gig stick, so. Oh wow, looks like the wireless card might have gotten damaged. Let's see if we can fix that. Alright, so let's pry up on this. Alright, and that's where our graphics card comes out. If I'm not wrong, this was a smaller NVIDIA card. I think it's like a 555. I'll get a... Oh, this has got that sweet release on it. Let's get you out of there. Come on, you know you want to get out of there. Alright. So there is our wonderful stock graphics card. We won't be using this guy in the future. So what are we missing? We're missing a hard drive. Previous owner took that out for obvious reasons. So I think we should just clean this thing up, and then I'll talk about what we want to do. Cool, power cords. All right. So I'm just going to start off at the front of the case, and we're going to use a heat gun and try to take these stickers off. So we'll see how that goes for us. I end up needing some alcohol after we get it up. It's already looking better. So these were kind of a cool little tower. I believe they started around 2011, 2012 building these. This is one of the first generation models, so it would come from that time period. First gen. Yeah, I kind of like the form factor. It's just something that, you know, would fit really well in a living room or a small desk space. And as we get to the end, I'll explain what I'd like to do with this. But yeah, we'll get her all cleaned up here. Oh, she's looking a lot better. Get just a dab more alcohol on this. I have always wanted an Alienware, so I had a coworker that was just going to turn this into some recycling, and I'd like to keep stuff out of the e-waste bin as much as anybody else, so I was trying to think of a way I could repurpose it. And so that's what we're going to try to do. There's a lot of junk Let's make sure we get stuff out of the way here. We'll come in with our compressed air. Let's take a look at our top. Alright, so did I break that? Oh, cool, no. I might have gotten away with it, guys. I might have gotten away. I think I just popped this cable off the antenna. Pop. Perfect. Thought I was gonna have to solder that back on. That's our wireless internet there. Let's see here. Let's go through. We don't want any of our fans to spin. Oh. Here I am telling you not to do it, and it did it. Alright, I'm going to try to hold our little intake fan here from spinning. There's a lot of junk on that. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy had a little bit of a vibration to it. So we'll try to get that chowder out of there. Let's see, I know I've got a tool for this. Probably not the correct tool, but it's the one we're going to use. Alright. That will just lock our fan in place so we can blow this chowder out of here. Man, that is some junk. I don't know. What do you think? Let's see if we can take this front fascia off. I'd like to take that fan right out, if we can. It's got a lot of chowder on it. Alright, I'm back. I'd rather not tell you how long that took me. But I did get the case part. And you can kind of get a look at the chowder I was talking about. So I'm going to try to take this case fan off and try to clear it that way. The small case like this, like that, has a lot of effect on how the system stays cool. So, let's see here. Let's see if I can get that out of there. Just want to get a better shot at cleaning it. And we'll put it back together. A little spring retention bolt. Cool. Alright, so I'm back. I'm going to go ahead, dip a Q-tip real quick. We're going to get into that fan. Try to clean that off, because that can cause imbalances. Clean fan. We want a happy fan. Happy. Alright. So like I said, this will take care of if there was any imbalance on it. We want all our blades to be nice and clean. Alright, here's our fan. And I'm going to show you what these Q-tips look like. Yeah, that's all what came off of that. Just that one little fan. Alright. Much more satisfied with that. I'm going to go back over this vent one more time with air. Make sure And yeah, you can see what kind of deposits we ended up with. Very good. All right, so I skipped through the boring stuff, but we got her back together. So let's talk about a direction for this guy. So I would like us to upgrade the CPU. A little bit of research I did. This should take up to a i7 3770. So that would be a nice step up from this dual core. We at least get into the quad cores. Slow compared to today, but you know, for this chassis, that's going to be the biggest processor we can stuff into it. We're going to look at maybe doing 16 gigs of RAM so we can populate both of the slots there. And then for a graphics card, I've actually got I've got a Radeon RX 570, and this was actually originally a Dell card. It's only got a 6-pin, but so one of the things you combat when you deal with this chassis of computer is that you can tell there's no power supply on it. So power supply on this guy is dealt with a power brick like a laptop. And the biggest one you can go with is a 330 watt power supply. So we've got to make sure all of our power usage comes in under that 330 watts. So this guy being a low wattage card, I believe this runs at 140 TDP. But that should keep us with enough headroom where we can throw in that 3770 and we should be okay. Also, this is a blower style. You can tell by that fan set up there. So that will help us expel some of that hot air and keep that rolling out of here. I'd like to try to find some sort of filtration for this. That would be a kind of a pie in the sky thing. Possibly doing a small water cooled loop. What I'd like to do is run it along the top here, so it kind of is reminiscent of an Alienware Aurora R4. We'll see if we get to that point though. What I first want to do is get it all together, make sure everything works. Oh yeah, we're going to need a solid state drive for this too, so we've got some sort of storage. But yeah, that's the path. I think we'll get those parts ordered, and episode 2 on this, we will put together the processor, RAM, hard drive, throw this graphics card in there, and see if we can get it to boot up and make sure everything's kosher. Then if we want to get crazy, we can take all this out of here, cut a slot up top for a radiator. I think I can find a pump that fits that style of CPU cooler, because these guys are kind of proprietary. I don't think this is a uniform. I think I've read that these are called an M3 style bolt pattern. So we'll try to find that. But yeah, so that's the direction we're going. If you've made it to the end, thank you so much. It's probably hard to watch for some of you. This is my first time tearing this stuff apart, first time doing it on camera. So thank you, and stay tuned for more content. Have a great day.